Good evening, everyone. I would like to call the meeting to order. If you would all rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I'd like to first introduce to you Pastor David Amston, who's going to deliver an invocation for us.
Hey, good evening. Derek, when he invited me some time ago to open up tonight, he asked me just to share a little thought. And in sharing the thought, a prayer of invocation. So I'm just going to give you a warning now. I have one joke, might be a little bit inappropriate. I have one story that hopefully ends in a good point, and then I have one blessing that I'd like to give you. So here's what I want to start. I want to tell you, I have a baby daughter. Now she's 9 years old, and I saw a t-shirt over here that says the greatest moms get promoted to being a grandma. There you are. I saw that. My wife takes issue with that, but I think you're a great mom too, don't worry. No. So I have a total of 4 kids. I have a 16-year-old, 14-year-old, and 12-year-old boy, and my baby girl who's 9, which, by the way, at 4 kids, that makes me a procreator. That was my one inappropriate joke. Okay, good. We got the inappropriate joke out of the way, we're good there. So the school that she attends was having a daddy-daughter date night. Now my daughter, I've tried to have many daddy-daughter date nights with her, and she never wants to have one, but this was a big event. This was at the school. I got to take her. So that night I came home and I had a little box of flour that I bought from Schnucks. And I came in and she was all dressed up and I got all dressed up, and as we're walking out the door, I said, "Hey, would you like me to open your car door?" And she goes, "Dad, don't make this weird." She got in the car, I got in the car, we drive to the school. As we get out of school, I said, "Hey, you know, when Mommy and I are on a date, we sometimes hold hands. Would you like me to hold hands with you?" And she goes, "Dad, you gotta stop." Okay. I said, "Have you ever seen when a man extends his arm in the girl?" And she goes, Dad, don't. I go, okay, I'm pushing too much. So we get inside the door, and as we're getting in there, someone opens the door for us, and we go to the next stop, and some people are there serving some good food, but may I just say, it wasn't as good as this. Can I just way to go, Mama. Like, this is absolutely amazing. Me and my insulin pump's going to be over there in 5 minutes. And so we go inside, and you got all these volunteers behind this beautiful table of food that they prep for us, and then we get inside, and the dance starts happening, and my daughter looks at me, and she goes, "Dad, don't follow me anymore." I'm telling you now, the date's not starting off to a good night. Like, I'm just being rejected, coming and going. So at some point, she kind of goes ahead and she goes over to this little place where you can make tiaras, and hopefully I'm saying that right, tiaras. And she's putting her little stuff on, and she hands it to me, and she goes, "No, Dad, you have to wear it." Now, I have a decision to make at this point. Do I put on this thing, I don't know if you noticed, on this huge cranium meant for a 9-year-old girl, or do I say, "Daddy doesn't want to wear it"? I wore it, and you know that I wore it, and I wore it proudly. And then we made bracelets, and then we went over and we did the limbo where you lean backwards. I did not do that, but she did it. Somewhere through the night, they did this song where you put your left foot in, put your left foot out, put your left, and she wanted me on the dance floor doing that with her. I was out there as a dad doing dances with her. And then the next song came on, and I started swinging her around. I don't know if you guys know what swing dancing is. It's a form of dancing they did years ago. You're too young there to know what that is. And so we started doing all this dancing, and she just loved it. I was twirling her around. At one point, we're sitting on the bleachers. She's sitting on my lap, and I'm waving her hands back and forth and doing motions with the song with her hand. And then my girl came on. She looked at me and she said, "Daddy, I got to dance with you on this one." So we went out and we danced to "My Girl, My Girl." It was awesome. It was so beautiful. And we're getting ready to leave, and as we leave, she takes my arm and she puts it over her. And she lets me walk out with my arm on her. And as we're walking out, we walk up to the van, and I opened her car door. She got in, she didn't say anything, so I closed it. And then we went to Bobby's. Just in case you need to know, a good date night ends with ice cream. I don't care where it is here, Collinsville, Caseyville, Maryville, we went to Bobby's. And then we got home, and after we got home, we pull into the garage, And I said, Mariah, do you mind if I open your car door for you? And she looked at me and she goes, Dad, if you don't, how else am I getting out of the car? So why do I tell you that story? Because that night, when we went to that building, I knew a lot of the people that were there. There were tall, there was short, there was white, there was black, there was, ready for this, Democrats and Republicans, all in the same room. But here's what happened. They set aside their personal preferences for a common purpose. And the common purpose was to open a door, to provide some food, play some games, and even lead us in some dances. And they created an environment where daddy and a daughter had a memorable date night. Now, could you imagine if now that the elections are done, all the postings are finished, all the tabs been counted, what if we set aside personal preferences for just a little bit for the common purpose, and I look directly at the table now, the common purpose that you were hired for. It's not up for interpretation at this point. The job descriptions are set. So I want to encourage you, I want to encourage those sitting here tonight, and those who may be watching this online. Why don't we set aside personal preferences for a little bit so that a community can learn how to dance together, maybe for the first time. I would love the opportunity to now say a prayer of blessing because my 3 minute, it went a lot longer than that. I'm a pastor, you got what you paid for. Here we go. God in heaven, creator, maker of heaven and earth, we humbly come before you right now, and we say we need your grace and mercy upon our great nation. Lord, there's division, there's conflict, there's strife. But I pray tonight, and dare I even charge the city of Collinsville to be a leader of what peace and prosperity can look like. A place where we can come together in harmony. And I encourage and I welcome differing opinions. But may they be talked out in the floor of honoring one another, honoring our community, and honoring this great nation that we get to be a part of. I pray tonight for every official that is staying on or coming on for the first time. I pray for you to have clarity and wisdom. I pray for you to be able to look into the future and know how to guide us today. I pray that voices that try to drown out truth get silenced, but those who echo purpose, that they're able to echo loudly, and we begin being a city that other people crave to be a part of. I speak a blessing upon the city of Collinsville. I speak a blessing upon our officials tonight. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you, David. So since this is actually an official meeting, I will call the roll, starting with Trustee Prosser. Just say here.
Just say here. Here.
Thank you. Trustee Ball is absent. He's on a family vacation. Trustee Sewell.
Yeah, he's around
Trustee
here, so.
Crowell.
Yes,
Supervisor Cox.
Here.
So tonight's meeting is a special meeting for the purposes of swearing in newly elected officials. There will be no other business discussed or conducted at this meeting. Normally, at the beginning of the meeting, we would have public comments. We move that to the end. So if anybody at the end of the meeting feels they absolutely have to make a comment and can't wait until June 15th to the next meeting, just remember that you're keeping people away from the food by prolonging the meeting. So at this point in time, I'd like to introduce to you Judge Justin Zimmerman, who's going to conduct the swearing-in ceremonies. And please give him a nice, warm, powerful round of applause.
Okay, so good evening, everybody. I am Judge Justin Zimmerman. I have the pleasure of serving as an associate judge for you here in Madison County. I am currently assigned to our traffic and misdemeanor division, so if you recognize me, it might be from that. And just so I don't get questions on the way out the door, same answers to my family, I cannot help you with your traffic tickets. Okay, so you guys got a heavy foot, I'm sorry about that. But I do want to extend a thanks for the invitation to this. As judges, it may seem a little counterintuitive, but we really don't get the opportunity to interact with the public outside the courthouse of our official duties. So we really do like to come out and speak to groups, speak to students, or conduct ceremonies like this. It's one of the aspects of our job that we look forward to. So let me extend a thank you to that. I want to congratulate those who recently won your election. You are now an elected official. That's something you can always take pride in. I'm here to administer the oath of office. The oath of office is not simply a mere formality. It is a public declaration that you will uphold the law and carry out the duties of your office. So with that, if I could have the trustees come up and we will administer their oaths first. You could please raise your right hand. I state your name.
Mike Prosser.
Margot Crowe.
Brad Sewell. Do solemnly swear. That I will support the Constitution.
That I will support the Constitution
Of the United States.
of the United States
And the Constitution of the State of Illinois.
And the Constitution of the State of Illinois.
And that I will faithfully discharge
And that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of Township Trustee
the duties of the office of Township Trustee
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. If you want to say a few words, I'll step aside.
I just want to thank everybody that did go out and vote for us. I just was amazed, appreciate it, and I'm just thankful to be here. God willing, that I'm here to be there to help you guys out. A little bit like David said earlier, you know, this world is getting really crazy and divided, and we can't fix the country, but I'm hoping here that our community will join together and work together better. I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, if you're age, if you're older, senior, younger, if you're possibly don't have the money right now and need help, or if you have money. We are here to protect and help all of you. That's what we're here to do. And I just want to be able to help that and do that part of it. A little bit about me in case you haven't been on Facebook. I have 34 years of experience in the local government. I started actually at the township in the early 90s, worked there until 2000, left there and went to the city of Collinsville, been with the city since then, been in the street department, water department, so I have backgrounds in the budgeting and grants, working with the employees, ordering equipment, doing everything that we're kind of going to be involved in and just trying to help out for the public. So, been there for a while, so I just want to thank you, and God bless.
Hello, my name is Margot Crowe, and I'm humbled that you elected me to this position, and I want to serve well. I am, a little bit about me, I lived in southern Missouri. Grew up here as a K-Hawk, graduated in 1979, left in 85, and raised my family in southern Missouri. I was on the board of aldermen there, and I actually served on and developed several tourism committees, looking for grants, things of that nature to serve the community. After the reservoir breach in 2005, if anyone had heard about that, it was a pretty big deal. I have to say I'm humbled, and I ask for God to help me to serve each and every one of you, no matter what it is. Keep balance. I would like to have balance. There's so much that we can do in regard to that. Take care of each and every one of our constituents, of you. You're our employers, and I just ask God to help me to do that and to take care of you. And I'm open to any questions, any suggestions that you might have. And I look forward to seeing you all at our meetings here to share your concerns. Thank you.
like to thank the voters in the township for re-electing me. I first ran for this office in 2013. I didn't win. Then I was on CARD, Collinsville Area Recreation District for a little bit. I was there when they wound that down. I wasn't there when they messed it up. Then in 2021, I ran for this and we won. And I really enjoyed serving in this role, and I hope to continue to make Collinsville Township a better township for you. That's all I got.
I state your name. I, Garrett Keith Cox, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
that I will faithfully discharge
that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of Township Supervisor
the duties of Township Supervisor
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. I got a quick video that we gotta play to look back at how great we have done, where we were, and then we'll talk about where we're going, okay? You're elected to make things better. That's why I have this sign here tonight. You're elected to make things better. That's why I have this sign here tonight. I want this center in the next few years to come to life like never before with new faces and new fun events. A nice parking lot that is desperately needed will be huge, and not to mention, it will also make this end of town look a lot better.
To reiterate, I'm so thankful to everyone who has helped this along this journey and making this a reality. If you or your parent, aunt, or uncle who needs a place for a great meal, a place where you can socialize and make new friends, a place just to get out of the house, please come to the CSC. It's for everyone 55 plus, and we have lots of fun. I grew up on the street over from here, Clay Street, and I saw this building come to life riding my bike to Holy Cross. The center is the jewel of Collinsville. With so much hate going on in the world today, I really believe we are surrounded by some really great people here in Collinsville. I'm so lucky to have grown up here. It's still a great place to live and raise a family. The key is we all have to help each other. Try to put minor differences aside. And as Director Gabby Kuntz always says, and I love it, just try to live your best life. That's what we do here every day at CSC. We try to live our best life. So let's cut the ribbon. And I would love if the CHS band could play our fight song here in just a moment as we cut the ribbon. And Benny, get ready to fire that engine up on your car and go on and park it up in here, all right? Here, come this way. He's going to park right.
With all the great things going on inside the center, we weren't done. So we expanded and took CSC mobile, thanks to a 100% grant-funded bus from MCT that we named the Volkswagen. We got seniors out of the house and enjoying so many places that many have never even seen or been to, or haven't been to since kids. Places like Merrimack Caverns to the St. Louis Aquarium. An amazing behind-the-scenes tour of Busch Stadium. We have toured our state's capital in Springfield, did the State Fair, and the Lincoln House. The St. Louis riverfront was so memorable, along with the trip to the brewery and even the wineries. And sometimes we had to take detours.
The Volkswagen, we're going across the ferry. So now we're getting ready. We're going to go up the, where are we going to go?
We're gonna go Aries Sky Resort.
Okay, we're going to go to Aries Sky Resort. But I say let's take a detour. Who wants to go ziplining?
A very memorable trip is when we traveled to the heart of the eclipse to view it on a beautiful private lake. Ladies and gentlemen, we have done around 100 different field trips. The Volkswagen is even available to help others in our community for doctor's appointments and also bring people into the CSC. There is no doubt we are fulfilling our slogan to always live your best life at CSC. Yes, everything going on at the CSC is amazing, but that's just the tip of the iceberg on promises made and kept. As promised 4 years ago at this swearing in, the Collinsville Township cut your taxes. We were the only local government to do so, and now we treat your hard-earned money just as if it was coming out of our own pocket. Just as promised, the township found more ways to serve you and save money and created a free leaf and limb pickup program. Solar panels have been added to both our office building and at the senior center, 100% grant funded, and will save taxpayers tens of thousands of dollars each year on your electricity costs. These are all great things, but many times overlooked. Over the last 4 years, the Collinsville Township has gotten involved with everything in our community. From all our local festivals and fundraisers, the Collinsville Township is now involved and even completely runs the Empty Bowl fundraiser that has raised over $30,000 in the last 2 years alone. We also now help the youth of the township with a huge back-to-school program, providing Unit 10 teachers the ability to identify students in need of help. The Collinsville Township now makes it a priority to recognize those in the community who make a difference. I realize it's not government who can make the biggest difference, rather it is the people in the community who often make the biggest difference and should be recognized. Look at all that we have accomplished in the last 4 years. Because the community decided to come together and support big, fresh ideas. Why stop now? There's so much more that we can do, but we can only do it as a team and with the community's help.
You know, it is so amazing to think how far we have come. And I want to take a moment to thank our township staff. From our road and bridge crew who are working even harder when the weather is either too hot or too cold, to my staff in the office who are always 100% professional and caring for those who can be very frustrated at their situation, and to the staff here at the Senior Center. I can tell you, and all of you know that are in attendance, no way that the township could do anything without a great staff. So please, everyone, make some noise for our amazing township team who care about you. I also want to thank Pastor David Amston for being a part of the ceremony tonight. It was awesome. I wasn't sure where the story was going, but man, it was so great. He's an amazing community advocate. His church Navigation does a lot of great in our area and puts on the Fall Fest on Main Street. And David, thank you for everything you do for everybody here in Collinsville. I also want to thank Judge Justin Zimmerman. He's an associate judge in Madison County. About 8 months ago, he gave the seniors a great tour of the courthouse and showed us everything that went on up there. Justin is very smart. He's very fair. I'm proud to call him a friend, and we appreciate you, Justin, for all you do and for being here. So thank you. So what's next? So many times we as humans get lazy and think it's just okay, just good enough is okay. I feel that we all have to constantly demand better, not only for our elected officials, but of ourselves. I don't think I was elected just to disappear for 4 years and my position just be a title. I was elected because I've been able to help get some good things done for everybody in the township. I feel that the voters really want all elected officials to get big things done, right? To get big things done, though, understand, it takes more than just me. But for you to continue to show support by staying involved. I get my energy and drive from you in the public. It takes all of us to have the guts and the courage to stand up to the naysayers who only criticize new and big, bold ideas. The bigger the idea, the more criticism it will receive. Why is that? Well, if there's one thing that I learned during the election is I feel that underachievers don't like overachievers. For those who only want to criticize any new idea, I ask, instead of only criticizing everything, how about I try to come up with an even better idea or be a part of the solution instead of the problem? Yes. I ask this board, who would you rather be, a tiger or a mouse? I say, let's be bold. Let's come up with some big ideas for all the township and let's get them done. The township The taxpayers who elected us deserve big and bold and some fresh new ideas with the drive to get them accomplished. I would like to share a few ideas that I'm working on right now. These are not fully developed as I was just sworn in, and I want input from the board and from you and the public. Here's a few that I'm thinking about working on. Here at the CSC, I'd like to start CSC TV. On our projector, we show great music videos now during lunch. I would also like to start producing other content in the form of videos and promotions going on here at the CSC. I believe with the amount of guests that we have on a weekly basis, we can even sell advertising. I've cleared it with legal, and I'm proud to announce it looks like I already have an advertiser lined up for CSC TV, and it'll be a way for us to promote everything going on here at the Senior Center. This money will be used in helping fund so many great events right here at the center. I know Trustee Crowell mentioned to me that she would like to see a community garden that seniors could play a huge role in. We have this ugly vacant lot across the street that this could go in. I have begun the process to get upwards of $20,000 in grants for that. I will update the board in the upcoming meetings on how that's going. Speaking of lots, the township owns a big vacant lot next to our office across from the Route 66 sign. Some suggest just selling it, but that only gets pennies on the dollar, and it doesn't help you, the taxpayers. I had a bold idea to turn it into a park. Why that? Well, it's the only one because there's so much grant money available for parks. In my private conversations with the city, I even floated an idea how cool it would be if both of us could find grants to refurbish the ketchup bottle and relocate it to the spot where all of uptown Collinsville could see it. Then you could even have a small diner and we could sell the world's largest ketchup bottle items. This would hopefully spur other new businesses to uptown. Plus, think of the positive and the publicity that this would get nationwide for our town. All right? The bottle is iconic to our area and it needs all of our help. The taxpayers don't own it though, so we would not be able to get any grant money if we don't even own it. This is just an idea. It could help with several things. We could do something big with a vacant piece of ground that we already own and need to do something with, all the while helping revive and do something great for uptown Collinsville. The opposite of the idea is to do nothing, and I fear that leads to more boarded up buildings that we have some here on Main Street already. That leads to less tax generation, and it continues the downward slide. Again, I would like if we're a part of the solution to make things better. A bold idea that I have for our general assistance is to look much deeper into each individual application for general assistance. What is being pushed by a couple of the old trustees was just write as many checks as possible. I can tell you, and if you ask our office staff, the phone rings more now than ever. I don't think it's the best idea just to give out GA checks without finding out, is this going to fix their problem? First of all, this is your tax dollars that we're dispersing. Now, if you wanted to help give your money to others, that should be your choice, as you're the one that earned it. I bet if I poll the audience, nearly 100% here would say they've went through a very difficult time at some point in your life. And I bet in a lot of cases, the situation was more than just simply a money issue. In doing GA, I would like to get more information on how to actually help the applicants. If it's a high water bill, maybe there's a leak. Let's send somebody over to make sure so the problem doesn't just persist, and then we would literally be throwing money down the drain. Maybe the applicant doesn't know how to budget money and has decided to spend their money on unnecessary things. Let's look at their budget. Maybe they have a hard drug addiction. Let's get them professional help. Perhaps they're just out of work. Let's make sure we help find them a job first. Just cutting a check is not fixing their problem, and it's certainly not helping the taxpayers who fund it. Here's an analogy. If a check engine light is going off in your car, do you just unplug the light? No, you need to get what is at the issue before you attempt to assist. This will be harder work, and some may not be happy about this, but In the end, I think this will make sure that we are helping more people and not wasting your money in the process. Another bold action is cutting the township budget. We currently have an assessor's office that has a budget to spend $539,000 to assess property in the Collinsville Township. Meanwhile, with almost the exact same number of parcels, the Edwardsville Township is charging its taxpayers $184,000. The Collinsville Township assessor says if we don't approve whatever budget that he's asking for, that he's going to sue the board for not giving him adequate funds to perform his duties. How is it, though, that Edwardsville can do the job with $184,000, but we need $539,000? An analogy, if you're taking a flight, you can take coach or you can take first class. You're still arriving at the same destination. Why should all of you be charged with paying this first class ticket year after year? At some point, it takes some courage to say sorry, but we need this office to be more efficient. These are just a few bold actions that I truly believe that will help the Collinsville Township, residents, and taxpayers. I ask each board member to find things in our community that you think that will help, and let's jump in. Let's show everyone what it means to be elected by the people. We are not ones who simply win elections and then disappear for 4 years. That's why I printed out these programs for tonight, not just as a memento, but it has all of our contact information on there, our emails, and then the office's phone numbers. Contact us with any ideas or any input that you have. I feel some have always gotten confused when I get involved with things that wouldn't necessarily in the past be thought of as township business. The way I see it, though, anything that affects township residents is township business. That includes all of Maryville as well. We will be great stewards of their money too. I promise all of you, I will continue with full transparency. I will communicate better with you than ever before, as I need not only this board's support, but the public's support as well. To get big things done, the board must work together, respecting each other's opinion and knowing that each one of us wants to succeed. I know there will be times that I will make mistakes. I just hope that everyone here can understand that I'm giving you 100%. I'm not perfect. To be successful, though, we must always be honest about our situation. Many times the easiest path is not the correct one. I'm forcing myself to go after bold ideas and to achieve great things. I'm asking this new board that we be bold together. Stick up for each other when you hear or see something that you know the facts back it up. I truly believe that we are set up for amazing success. We are in this together, and that includes you and the public. Think of this, when we succeed, that means Collinsville residents succeed. If we fail, the entire township fails. I'm ready to continue to succeed. Let's not let a few, and there will be some, who say, no matter what we do, they'll be against us along the way. Don't let them bring us down. Let's do great together. My goal is by 2029 that this Collinsville Township Board has proven it's leading the way with positive vision for a better future and to make the Collinsville Township the best it's ever been. And that work starts now. Thank you guys so much. And Clerk Achenbach, do you want me just to say if there's any public comment? Is there any public comment?
No, but I love the ketchup idea.
Oh,
Me too,
okay.
the ketchup pie.
I'll keep it brief.
Okay. Thanks, Bob.
All right, guys, I'm Paul Nicolussi, Maryville, Collinsville County Board Rep for District 23. Derek's always a hard act to follow, and I do it too often at these things, so I'm going to keep this very brief. I'd like to piggyback what he said. Thank you to the pastor, David Amstead, for that great prayer. I hope that's a regular occurrence at these meetings. We do them at the county board. I like to see that. I like to thank the Honorable Justin Zimmerman for swearing everybody in, giving us a great setup and this great board. As far as the board goes, I've worked with Brad and Derek for years. I look forward to working with them again. I was very vocal with my support for Margot and Mr. Prosser. They'll make great trustees, guys. And I also want people to just maybe not listen so much to what you hear on social media. The community is pretty much united behind our ideas. I mean, the election, pretty much dictated that. Piggyback off something else Derek said, when an elected official or an ex-elected official threatens to sue because they didn't get their way in an election, maybe their candidate didn't win or they didn't win, that's just sour grapes, guys. I mean, I wouldn't even pay attention to them. The windshield's a lot larger than a rear view mirror, so let's look forward. And I know this board is gonna do an amazing job. I've said it for years that Collinsville Township is the best run township in the county. I have oversight of townships being on the county board, and that's the honest to God truth, guys. I think it's gonna get even better now with the leadership of Supervisor Cox. And guys, I just really look forward to this term, and now everybody can eat.
Anyone else? If not, my public comment, I just want to thank my mom for helping, and she put all this food, she spent her own money on this. This is a very big walk. We spent money on this, it's not taxpayers funded, but I wanted, okay. I just want everybody to know that I wanted to start this term on a very, very positive note, and I want to keep this positivity going, okay? So let's do it. And I'd love to have pictures with as many people as possible up here. We've got a great backdrop. So thank you guys for being here. Motion to adjourn. All in favor? Aye. All right, meeting adjourned. Thank you guys.